The last of my Polly series for the week is this beer. This is a Belle Onyx. It's a double dry hop pale ale using just Citra hop. But what's it going to be like? Can the taste of this beer live up to its great artwork? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer. As I said in the intro, this is called, it's called Belle Onyx. Not quite sure what that actually means, Belle Onyx. It's a double dry hop pale ale using just Citra hops. Great looking artwork, again, really striking artwork there. This is 5.5%, and as I say, it's a double dry hop pale ale. So let's crack this beer open, get it in glass, see what it's all about. I mean, I do like Citra only hopped beers, and the last beer that we had was experimental hop, which had a very sort of Citra-like taste. So it'd be interesting to see if this is a little bit more amped up version of that. I mean, beer in a glass, look at that. I mean, we've had quite a lot of these sort of custardy coloured beers, but this got to be the most custardy of all beers sort of thing. So quite a lot of carbonation moving up really quickly there. 2 fingers, pretty much a white head. And this one I think is going to be a good one in terms of aroma, because I've already smelled some really great sort of aromas. Oh yeah, it smells really good. It's difficult to pinpoint the aroma that you get in, but it's tropical, laced with sort of lemons and limes and grapefruits. Oh, it just smells really good. And you know what? It's got this sort of real creamy sort of aroma as well to it. Oh, it smells really good. I can't wait to get tucked into this. Cheers, everyone. Solid beer, soft and creamy. It's amazing how creamy that flavour sort of is, and it's just a really well balanced beer. It's got Citra in it, so you're getting big hits of lemons and grapefruit, a little bit of tropicalness in there in terms of some papaya, maybe a bit of lychee, a little bit of mango in there, but it's not the dominant. The tropical sort of flavours are really sort of a mixture of all kinds of different things. It's very fresh, it's very zesty tasting. It's cracking. It's got this very nice, I use the word nice a lot. It's a terrible word, isn't it? Nice. It's got a very distinctive sort of zesty twang of grapefruits, pink grapefruits, normal grapefruits, grapefruit sort of rind as well. Really nice on the back end. It gives a nice sort of dryness on the, almost like a dry bitterness. But where sometimes bitterness can be a little bit, for me, a little bit off-putting. That's why I'm not a big fan of the West Coast IPAs and pale ales. Is that this bitterness is very sort of zesty and very much in those sort of citrus fruits. And it really rounds off the beer really well. Again, typical Polly's, it's got a real soft mouthfeel. I mean, I said it's got this almost creamy flavour. When you first taste it, you get a real creamy flavour. But the grapefruits and the citrus fruits are very, very dominant in this beer. And it's quite, I say, if you saw the last video that I did with the experimental 586 hop, I thought it was a little bit, grapefruit was quite big, and it was like a Citra. And this, to me, it's a bit more full flavoured, compared to that. That had very much the characteristics of this, but this one almost seems like it's like a difference between drinking a pale ale and an IPA in terms of the amped up flavours. Citra just is a big, it's why it's used so much. It gets a very strong, dominant flavour, and it's all over this beer. It's a really good beer. I'm not sure what else I can say about it. Let's keep this review short and get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Belle Onyx. It's a double dry hop pale ale using just Citra hop. It's a cracking beer. I mean, just look at it. It looks beautiful. First things first, the aroma though. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sort of, it's almost like this big tropical hits you, and then you get in, and that sort of leaves the way to a very citrusy grapefruit sort of aroma. There is a tropical mix, but you know, it's difficult. You know, it's not. I wouldn't say it was over dominant of mango. I wouldn't say it was over dominant of papaya or trying to think of some other tropical fruits, you know, lychee and all of those sort of things, passion fruit. It's just a mixture of all those sort of tropical. It's like a tropical umbungo, you know, the old cordial drink. That's what it smells like. And then as you get that, as that sort of settles a little bit, you're getting this strong sort of scent of citrus fruits, which is pretty much, this is typical of a citra hop. This is done really well. And there's also a sort of creamy like aroma to it, which is weird until you taste it, and you get that sort of taste as well. But aroma, I think it's pretty damn good. I'm going to get 14. Appearance, well, it's a lovely, the colour of it is absolutely stunning. It's a really yellowy beer. I mean, you've got the head's retained. I wouldn't say you've got masses of lace in it. It's almost like the glasses seem quite clean, really. It was quite strange. But I think it's a pretty stunning looking beer, 9 out of 10. Flavour wise, well, like the aromas, you get this tropical hit, and then lots of sort of citrus fruits and grapefruits, different flavor. You know, you get a sweet grapefruit, then you get a sort of it ends with this sort of dry, bitter, zesty grapefruitness on the back end. Really good. It's exactly what you want from a beer. It's all wrapped again in a very sort of creamy, soft mouthfeel. It's a really stunning example of a beer using just citra hops. I'm going to hit 34 for flavour. Value for money, this is another one just under a £5. I mean, you might say it's a bit expensive for a pale ale opposed to IPA, but as you say, in terms of its body and its flavour and the whole profile of it, I've had a lot more sort of thinner, fizzier, less flavoursome IPAs than this. So it's almost at that sort of level, really. It's quite different than a lot of pale ales, especially traditional pale ales that are sort of, you know, this is a 5.5%. You know, you can get a lot of pale ales at around about 4.5%. That extra sort of 1% really just gives it better body, gives it a more softer, creamier mouthfeel. Yeah, but you know, as I say, it's under a £5. It's definitely better than stuff like the supermarket, so like the Citra. I know it's an IPA, but this is a pale ale, but it's got a better profile than that, and I mean, and that is quite cheaper. But under a £5, oh, is it? You know, does it do that much different? You know, there's lots of good Citra IPAs out there. So I think it's a solid, if not unremarkable for value. I mean, it's nearly a £5. You can buy some good IPAs at that sort of money. So I'm giving it 8 out of 10 for value. And my overall experience, well, if you like Citra hop and you like beer, then this is a really good example of both of those things. Really zesty. I'm getting more grapefruit and lime, and those real sort of strong zesty citrus fruits are coming through, and they're very, very dominant. If you like that sort of flavour, then I think you'll like this. It's got a nice soft mouthfeel, which I've said, if I said it once, I've said it a million times. With this review or any reviews, you know, it's up there with the rest of sort of Polly's beers. It's a really good beer, and I'm giving 14 from my overall experience. Tighten those scores up, very, very nearly gets the highly recommended, but it's still 79. So it's a recommended beer. It's a white snake, top end white snake. You know, this is a sort of beer that you want to drink in the still of the night. So that's enough for me for one day. I've quite kept this review as short as I possibly can. I want to go away and enjoy this and hopefully watch my team win today. So until the next one, keep on rocking.